Okay, welcome to 10. I'm Shauna Dorsey with the Nebraska Tech Collaborative powered by the Exarban Foundation. Here, hosting by myself, not with my co-host, Brian Poppy. Had to do a special deal because we have two guests, so we just make it work. But anyway, format of this, as y'all know, is 10 minutes max. We don't edit or any of that stuff. So quick conversation with some people doing amazing things. And today we're joined by
Todd Smith, CEO of Symphony Workforce, creators of Find the Why platform.
And I'm Nick Batter with Hawkins Construction, and we're a partner of Todd's.
Awesome. So today, what I was hoping to hear from you two is more about your partnership, some of the great outcomes you're experiencing specifically on the tech workforce side. And even if it's not tech specifically, the platform works because it is tech. But yeah, just kind of start with that.
Sure. I can start off on my end. And just in terms of the role of technology, there is a huge opportunity in construction. So for the past 5-6 generations, construction has been 10% of the GDP of the country, but it's been 1 to 2% of technological innovation. So it's just a place that's not being invested into significantly, which presumably means there's a lot of opportunity there. We haven't seen productivity increases in the industry per person since the invention of the hydraulic excavator in the 70s. So there's just enormous opportunities, which for us, when Todd's bringing technological solutions to the things we're doing, it seems like an obvious fit.
Yeah.
When we get asked at Symphony Workforce on our Find the Why platform, they're like, "What are outcomes?" And so one of the spans of our first relationship together, we had 2 challenges. Challenges are these 7-day experiences where kids can come choose to solve a problem at any company. And so over 2 challenges, so 14 days total, we had 600 kids from the Nebraska area choose a Hawkins problem to solve. And of those 600, you had 300 kids choose both, right? And so the ability to almost speed date and query through all the different data points allowed us to find the 71 kids out of those 300 for Hawkins to invite to their facility to tour. And then we actually toured on one of the coldest days I'd ever been around, right? At the water plant behind Baxter Arena.
Yep.
And of those kids, you had 71 get invited, 59 show up, 29 raise their hand after that day and say, "Hey, I want to work here," right? And so those are the kind of experiences, and those kids range from kids getting Kiewit scholarships to kids coming out of high school who are saying, "Hey, hold on for a second, I don't have to work at McDonald's. I can go match my want to with." So it's impressive, and you guys do a heck of a job.
And it's great in 2 ways. So it was my first experience on Todd's platform too, but from the employer's point of view, as these students are working through the challenge, you can sign up and our employees can sign up to be consulting experts. And I personally did that and experienced it. So it's neat to see students approaching some of the problems in a new way, problems that we're dealing with as part of our work.
Right.
But what's really great for us, because we engage conventionally too, so we'll go to high schools and colleges and do the career fair things, but there's an enormous number of students who might not even be aware of our industry. And this is a way to expose them to something that they might not be already in a program for. Also geographically speaking, I mean, you have students in rural communities or other underserved communities that we're able to reach now through technology that we might not be able to reach in person. So for us, it's a really great opportunity to kind of catch men and women that we are otherwise probably missing.
That's awesome. So 2 questions, just backing up a little bit, because I do that all the time where I jump right into, tell us about the outcomes without telling y'all about what the platform is.
Right.
So can you tell us a little bit about Find the Why? And then what I'd love to hear too from you is what those top projects were that the kids were interested in. So anyway.
So the short story is Find the Why is a platform. It's mobile. So we know now that kids learn through their thumbs, right? And any other kind of engagement to get them initially sparked, where it's futile, right? So whether it's TikTok or Snapchat, kids come to it and play it. And so students can come to our platform, it's on a phone or it's on an iPad, and the companies will push problems in. And they're authentic problems that they're actually dealing with today. One of Hawkins was to create a new fix for one of their pieces of machinery. They have cranes that cost $10 million in excess all the way down to pickup trucks. And so kids just jumped at that, whether you're an engineer kid or you're a carburetor in a garage kid. And so while they're on our platform, we call it Challenge, there are 7 days. And over 7 days, they take up to 4 to 5 different assessments from DISC and other what we call TA, talent acquisition level assessments, so that at the end, you have corporations getting data back that means something to them, that they can say, hey, this matches the characteristics or the behavior styles of our top employees. And they're able to kind of feel, hey, does this kid want to work 5 minutes from home? Or are they telling us they want to work 100 miles from home? All these different pieces. And so all that happens on our platform. We have a data analytics team that moves that data around, so we're able to give information back, but not only to the corporate partners, but most importantly to the kid, right? So the kid gets their own digital resume that's automated so that they know, oh, this is who I am. I'm bigger than my GPA, right? I am this, that, and the other. And so it's been an amazing tool. We've been for 5 years. We're global. So it's been nice.
That's interesting. And so on the project side, so how did you decide what projects to put in the platform? And then for the ones that were most popular, why was that? I'm really curious because we're talking about kids being interested in machinery fixes that may not have prior exposure to it, but somehow we're interested in pursuing those projects. So anyway.
Yeah, so we developed our projects in conversation with Todd, but based on actual problems that exist in our company or actual challenges we've had to face or face with our partners. So another challenge Todd didn't mention is figuring out some of the bypasses and the new highways needed in Lincoln. We had just completed the Lincoln South Beltway, so we did a challenge about a presumptive East Beltway that may come in the future. And I guess I can't speak to exactly what attracted certain students to it, but in terms of the engagement we saw, we had some students who had, very pie in the sky ideas. And, we'd ask questions about, if you want to build a giant fast rail, how do we pay for that and how would that work? But to me, one of the more amazing things was we had students also presenting solutions that are in line with things that the Nebraska Department of Transportation is actually considering. So students were coming to some very logical and intelligent solutions. So
that's fantastic. Were you going to say something?
I think the other piece that we hear a lot, both from the kid, teacher, and kind of executive layer from HR is the ability to understand the secondary pathway choice of that same kid. Right. So the kid who creates the pie in the sky is that kid saying, but I want to go to 4-year and I want to go to grad school. Cool. How do we engage you then as Hawkins? Right. If that kid says, you know what, I want to go to 2-year, we all know about student debt crisis. Now Hawkins can say, okay, great. We have the top apprenticeship program. I'm going to brag on you for a second. Top apprenticeship program in the country. Come do that with us. Come work for us first. Then get into our apprenticeship program. And then so that debt factor for going through college is nil to nothing.
Yep.
Right. So then all of a sudden that kid making this amazing starting wage that is second to none, I think, at Hawkins doesn't also carry 60 grand plus a debt.
Right. I think that makes a lot of sense. So pairing students with meaningful experiences, aligning their experiences and interests with possible employment, and then that employment leading to, hey, I'm in this job and can potentially get my tuition reimbursed if I choose to go back to school, if that's a need for me at a later point. And again, not downplaying higher ed because I'm a huge fan. However, I'm also a big fan of the success of individuals, however that looks. So I appreciate where y'all are going with this. Okay, so student goes through the platform. They go to, I'm going to call it a career fair. I know it's not that, but it's kind of like a, oh my gosh, I'm running out of time now. But anyway, a curated event for specific students.
Yeah.
You look at that student group and say, we want to bring you on as an intern. And have you made those placements?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
And we're just in the first iteration now, so I can't speak to outcomes, but our philosophy is anybody that we bring on, anybody that's good enough to become a Hawkins employee that we like enough, we want them to have a full career and retire with us.
Awesome.
So our pay and our benefits are in line with that too. But we're bringing on the first crop of young applicants. And what's great about it too is that some of them through Todd's platform have expressed certain interests within our company. So even though they'll all be in the same cohort coming into the company, we have one young woman who's interested in environmental issues. Well, we have to do environmental inspections of our projects. So she'll have the opportunity to be doing that this summer based upon the interest that we otherwise might not have known if she had just come in through a traditional career fair.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So we're down to the few final seconds of this, but I do want to say I appreciate the mentorship component of this as well, and that ability for professionals within Hawkins and other companies to meet, interact with students, engage with the young talent. So that's great. And thank you for this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.